It's time.
All right, as promised, back this afternoon, and we're just gonna jump right into it. The Shin kit reveal came out about 10 minutes ago, and we've got it right here. Um, so let's get into it. First of all, it's good artwork right there. It's perfect, in fact. So I'm pretty happy with that. Well, thank you, Batman. I appreciate that, but before we talk about Shin, is there something we can help you with? Because I mean, I've been through a lot of shit in my life and dealt with depression and suicide thoughts and I mean all kinds of things. Um, if you don't want to talk or you don't want to talk publicly, I completely respect that. If you want to reach out to me privately, I'd be happy to talk to you. But if we can help you, if I can help you, well, I appreciate that, man. But I mean, I can, and obviously, I'm gonna keep streaming. But if there's anything you need, anything at all, please, like legitimately, you can reach out to me. I'm not gonna say I will be able to fix your problem or anything like that, but I can offer perspective. I can offer support, um, and we could maybe find something else that would help. Um, okay, well, I'm not going to push you. I'm because trust me, I've been in that situation where I've been depressed, I've been down, and I just kind of wanted to deal with it on my own, and people have pushed, and it doesn't help. So I'm gonna leave it at this. Um, I'm not gonna keep pushing on you. You, but if you need something, I'm here. Okay, like I mean that in all sincerity. If you need something, I'm here. My wife is a registered nurse, so we have resources right here in the house. Like we can even if you just need to vent um and get it off your chest, I'm here. And that's the last I'm gonna say on it. The offer is always there. It's always on the table. So I'm glad just me streaming, if it helps, I that's wonderful. But if you need more than that, we are here for you. Okay? Sorry, let me adjust this. There we go. Okay. Hey, Sop, what's going on, brother? All right, so here's Shin Hati, or Shin Hati, as she is sometimes referred to. Um, Very pretty girl. Pretty awesome character. Shin Hati. Yep, there she is. Here's her kit reveal. Shin Hati. Okay, so dark side alignment. Attacker, mercenary, unaligned, force user. So there we go. Oh, Arcs, you're almost there, brother. You're almost there. A lightsaber combatant who ignores taunt to attack her enemies. Awesome. Introduces the new... Oh, my dog's about to go ape shit. Maybe not. He's holding it together. Introduces the new Soldier of Fortune effect for the mercenary faction. This is a stacking blue status effect that does nothing on its own, but upon reaching a threshold, abilities will have various effects added, okay? We loved everything about Shin Hati. We're just going to call her Shin Hati for this. Hope you're okay with it. We loved everything about Shin Hati when she showed up in Ahsoka, a practiced lightsaber user who has a bevy of tricks. I don't think many people use the word bevy anymore. Excellent. Thank you, sweetheart. Yeah, not enough people use the word bevy. I'm just going to go on record with that right now. Bevy is an underused word. We need to bring it into the nomenclature a lot more. It needs to be used more. Anyway, moving on. Bevy of tricks using the Force and otherwise. What's not to love? We've been eyeballing a mercenary tag for a while. With Balin and company coming on the scene, we took it as an opportunity to add the tag and the Soldier of Fortune mechanic as a whole. We love the moment where she escapes her battle with Sabine Wren with a well-timed smoke bomb, so that ended up as her ability clean escape. Strategy tips: maintain her critical chance and avoid getting critically hit, so to gain more attacks or more stacks of Soldier of Fortune. Attack stunned enemies with a high number of stacks of Soldier of Fortune on Shin. Her granted ability Clean Escape helps all mercenary allies gain additional effects and inflicts debuffs on enemies based on her Soldier of Fortune stacks. How do I acquire Shin Hati? Shin Hati, her marquee event begins September 18th in game. So September, this is the 16th. So Wednesday. Wednesday, not Thursday, but Wednesday. There we go. How does the mercenary faction tag affect previous characters? See our forum post. We're introducing mercenaries for a step-by-step guide on how the mechanics will work with both new and older characters. There's a big list link right here. If you just Google the kit reveal or get to it from another way, you can see that post where they talk about the mercenary faction. Will Shin Hati be required to get Balin's Skull? Yes, at R7. So, like everybody else, R7 seems to be the target. She is not required to unlock GL Ahsoka. In Shin Hati's Omicron, it says target light side enemies' cooldowns are increased to their max value. What does that mean? Light side enemies will have their cooldown set to the maximum limit as prescribed in their kit. BB-8's Illuminated Destiny would be set to 70. Okay, so she can F up Cat's insta-kill and set it back to a cooldown of 8. All right, from the Shin Hati designer, CG Vibex. Shin Hati and her Master Balin Skull are self-sufficient mercenaries we first see in the Ahsoka show. Only seen in the Ahsoka show till now. Their seamless coordination and prowess in every mission is reflected in Shin Hati's kit design. Design kit. I read that backwards, but it seems more appropriate. Alongside of them is Merrick, whose support amplifies Shin Hati's effectiveness. Shin Hati's character is defined by her grace in combat and her lightsaber skills combined with the use of the Force. These attributes are central to her design as an agility attacker in our game. Her kit reflects the careful consideration of her quick-wittedness, capturing her ability to escape from perilous situations with ease. We hope you find your adventures with her to be as exhilarating as the journey we see her take on screen. All right. So, and as always, if you have a question, need some clarification, there is a submission link. So you can send them a question, and then they'll do another forum post here in a day or two answering these questions. Let's read her kit, and then we'll see if maybe we can come up with a question from us. Basic is called Fierce Foray. Yet another word that doesn't get used very often. Gotta love it. Anyway, so final text. Deal physical damage to target enemy and inflict crit chance down for 1 turn. If Shin Hati had 10 or more stacks of Soldier of Fortune, she inflicts critical chance down on all enemies for 1 turn instead. During Shin Hati's turn, call other target mercenary ally to assist. Okay, so a basic with an assist call. Pretty good. Pretty good. If the target enemy was stunned, deal 10% more damage per stack of Soldier of Fortune on Shin Hati. Max 100%. Okay, so that's a ramping effect based on the Soldier of Fortune stacks. That's cool. Special number 1, I've eyes on them. That's a little awkward, but there we go. Deal physical damage to all enemies and inflict them with offense down and vulnerable for 2 turns on all enemies. Okay, so redundant, I guess, a little bit with the all enemies twice. It's very clumsy. Shin Hati gains 10% crit avoidance, stacking to max 50% for the rest of the encounter. Whenever each of these debuffs are resisted, all mercenary allies gain 30% protection up for 2 turns. If Shin Hati has 10 or more stacks of Soldier of Fortune, she gains 25% turn meter, increases the cooldowns of all enemies by 1. Special 2, we'll take it from here. Deal physical damage to target enemy and stun them for 1 turn. Shin Hati gains critical damage up and riposte for 2 turns. If Shin Hati has 15 or more stacks of Soldier of Fortune, attack again, always scoring a critical hit if able, and decrease the cooldown of Clean Escape by 1. If target enemy is inflicted with Purge, okay, that's interesting. So that's got to be something that with Marok. So that's leading me to think that Marok is going to have the Inquisitor tag. If the target enemy is inflicted with Purge, Shin Hati inflicts buff immunity on them for 2 turns and deals 10% bonus damage for each stack of Purge they have, stacking max 60%. All right, unique 1. You have no power. At the start of each encounter, Shin Hati gains 25% accuracy and 50% offense until the end of the encounter, and she ignores taunt effects during her turn. Whenever Shin Hati is critically hit, she gains retribution for 2 turns and 150 speed for 1 turn. Wow. Holy crap. That is a butt ton of speed, and that is an official measurement, by the way, a butt ton. Look it up. Okay, the first time Shin Hati gains 10 or more stacks of Soldier of Fortune, she gains the granted ability Clean Escape for the rest of the battle. If Soldier of Fortune stacks are below 10, Clean Escape ability can't be used, okay? And while in Territory Wars, and all allies are mercenary or non-galactic legend unaligned force users, so this seems like an Omicron. She's a TW Omicron, okay? At the start of the encounter, she gains 75% accuracy and 30 speed. All allies gain 50% max health and max protection. Whoa. Until the first time she is defeated, and all light side enemies are immune to cooldown reduction for 2 turns, or until the first time she is defeated. Interesting. So there seems to be a lot of anti-cat. A lot of anti-cat stuff in her kit. Immune to cooldown reduction. So Obi-Wan he can still throw the immunity, but it's not going to do anything to her. Very interesting. Whenever enemies attack 3 times out of turn, so again, that's kind of anti-GMK. They get a lot of assists. Shin Hati gains 1 stack of Soldier of Fortune. Whenever Shin Hati gains riposte and has 15 or more stacks of Soldier of Fortune, the cooldown to Clean Escape is decreased by 3. Whenever a light side enemy gains damage immunity, they are inflicted with fear for 1 turn, which can't be resisted. Okay, so that's a lot of anti-JMK stuff. Lot of anti-JMK. And maybe a lot of anti-Ray. Although the fear with the damage immunity on Ray would actually kind of be a benefit, because they would sit in the damage immunity longer. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Clean Escape has these effects based on the number of Shin Hati's stacks of Soldier of Fortune. 20 plus stacks. All mercenary allies are revived. Interesting. 35 plus stacks. Shin Hati increases cooldowns of light side target enemy to their max value. Okay, so she's not going to be able to screw with Cat's thing right away. But if she builds it up quick enough, she's certainly going to be able to keep Cat from being able to insta-kill. It's gonna cause a problem for Kenobi. Because, I mean, especially on defense, if the other team has a bunch of mercenaries and Shins, like, you could go in and really, really mess with their ability to. Because they're not going to be able to insta cooldown Cat. She's going to get feared when Kenobi throws the damage immunity on her. And her cooldowns aren't going to be reset. Interesting stuff. Kenobi is just going to be fearing his own team for almost the whole fight. Okay, Unique 2, Soldier of Fortune. Shin Hati final text. At the start of the battle, Shin gains 1 stack of Soldier of Fortune per relic amplifier level she has. So minimum, you'll start out with 7 if you take her to the event relic requirement. Whenever she scores a critical hit or attacks out of turn, she gains 1 stack of Soldier of Fortune. Whenever she's critically hit, she loses 1 stack of Soldier of Fortune. I'm seeing a crit avoidance arrow in her future. Absolutely. Crit avoidance arrow, probably. At the start of each mercenary ally's turn, they gain 5% crit chance and crit damage stacking for each stack of Soldier of Fortune they have, or until the start of their next turn. Okay. Granted ability, Clean Escape. Okay. She gets a stealth mechanic. Effects are based on the number of Shin Hati's stacks of Soldier of Fortune. 10 plus stacks, she dispels all her debuffs, gains 30% max health until the end of the encounter. All non-tank allies stealth for 2 turns. That's going to be huge because Balin's going to be a tank that gets stronger as the fight goes on, which I assume is probably going to translate into the more he's attacked, the stronger he's going to get. 20 plus stacks, she dispels buffs on the target enemy, grants critical hit immunity and stealth and health steal up for 2 turns, and inflicts defense down on all enemies for 2 turns. Okay, so crit hit immunity is going to be cool. At 35 plus stacks, all mercenary allies gain foresight and offense up for 2 turns. Shin Hati removes 100% turn meter and dazes all enemies for 2 turns, which can't be resisted. Interesting kit. Interesting kit. Cool animation. I like that animation a lot. She did a saber slash, a kick, and then another saber, or a kick, saber slash, and then a saber slash. That's cool. Let's look at this one. Just a force shove. It's a good animation though. It's not like some of the force shoves are just kind of generic. They all kind of do the same, like just kind of lunge. She does something a little different there. And here's her, what's her basic look like? I mean, could be better, could be worse. I love the orange lightsaber. That's cool that it's in the game. All right. Yeah, interesting kit. And even more interesting that, the event is going to start Wednesday. Instead of Thursday. I wonder why it's starting a day earlier. Very interesting stuff. It's cool looking kit. And I have a feeling we're going to get Merrick next. I think we're going to get this Balin event in October. That's my guess. But yeah, cool looking kit. Another territory war. We just got Great Mothers with their territory war Omicrons, and now we've got another one with Shin. Hang on a second. I've just brought up the mercenary tag thing. There's a whole list of characters who are going to have it. So can she get a whole team of unaligned force users with the mercenary tag? As of right now, the answer is no. It's just going to be her, Balin, and Merrick for now, it looks like. Because Kyle Katarn's a Jedi. He's not unaligned. Interesting. Okay. That answered my question. So there we go. The Shin kit reveal. Character model looks good. Everything looks good. Kit is very kind of complex and interesting. I think it's not going to feel like much for a while. I don't think. Not until we get Balin, and then I think it'll feel like everything. Yeah, cool deal. All right. Well, there we have it, folks. The Shin Hati kit reveal. And we'll, of course, have an unlock event, I guess, Wednesday. I was going to say Thursday, but I guess Wednesday. Maybe they don't want it conflicting with the opening round of GAC. Maybe that's what they're trying to avoid. But I mean, it doesn't matter because I mean, it wouldn't conflict. You can do it before. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, Wednesday's interesting. But that's the 18th because today's the 16th. Cool. All right. Well, we have that to look forward to. We knew it was coming this week, but we have that to look forward to. And when she gets patched into, oh wait, it says the event begins the 18th, so she should be patched into the game tomorrow probably, and then the mercenary tag will probably get loaded in as well. So we'll get to see that with all the characters once we filter for that. So there we go. All right. Well, let's get to some gameplay, shall we? Um, so spoiler alert: I lost both my GACs today. Boo. Ended up not losing by that much though on the main account. Um, it was something like 20, 25. All I needed was one fleet hold and I would have won. But oh well. Life goes on, people. Life goes on. And we'll get loaded into the cantina. And then I already grabbed my conquest rewards. But here we go. Ultimate Journey event. And oh, congratulations. You're maxed out on everything. DTMG. Loaded up. And yeah, Shin's event didn't get added in. We did do this earlier today. I mean, we're a little short of red crate because my rebel fighters kind of suck, but we're getting the 2 Omicrons. That's what matters. That's what matters to me anyways. Ugh. I mean, okay, Galactic Legend Gonk. If you're talking about Galactic Legend Gonk droid, I will accept it, but he's got to have the Bad Batch tag. That's what I want from him. He needs the Bad Batch tag. I know what I'm doing, game. Captain Sweat staying over here with the black eye. Seriously, Bane could not make this event any easier. Like, it was easy before. Then you throw in Bane, and it just becomes an absolute joke. Um, God, normally I'd refresh, but with Shin coming day after tomorrow, I think I'm gonna save my damn crystals. To be honest with you, um, because yeah, we'll do full unlock, take her to R7. Yes, Proving Grounds is up and running. 2 o'clock Eastern time. So yeah, Ultimate Journey's up and running. Proving Grounds is up and running. Oh, how is Hell Let Loose? I've seen a lot. I haven't tried. I haven't tried it yet. So my latest video game has been Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2. God, what a good game. What a fun game that is. If you're a fan of shooters, third person shooters especially, can't recommend it enough. Very, very fun game. Very fun. Yeah, I need to scope out Hell Let Loose. That's a game that's been on my radar for a decent amount of time. Oh, excuse me. And I've just never gotten around to playing it. All right, Kylo, I need you to take a turn without getting ability blocked, please. Nice. Land that stun, buddy. Yeah, this one's such a pain in the ass. And it's amazing. I've three started before. It's just there's a lot of there can be a lot of RNG involved in this one. Um, I haven't had to do proving grounds in a very long time. Uh, yeah, it's been a long, long time since I've had to do proving grounds, so I am not 100% sure. Um, because I know some of them are a little buggy. Um, But I mean, you're free to try, just try all of them, right? Like they're not like there's no barrier to. Yeah, I'm gonna get blanked. No, no, I haven't seen that. Yeah, I'm pretty fortunate. I haven't had to deal with proving grounds in about 2 years. Um, I can't remember. I think it might have been Ben Solo was the conquest character the last time I had to do proving grounds. It might have been that far back, but yeah, I haven't had to touch proving grounds in a very very long time. Once Oh, I'm not surprised that ever since they reworked that kit, they can do some pretty nutty stuff. Let's get some of her ultimate people out of here. When they're all taking turns, she gets more ultimate. Then when we take turns, we give her more ultimate. Come on, Ray. There she goes. All right. Well, that was a pain in the ass. More than usual. Absolutely cracks me up. The Jedi Knight Luke gets to stun him. You're lucky, Ben. You're lucky. All right, beautiful. Should get enough out of this to buy the Omicrons, which is, unless you need shards really bad, the Omicrons should be your purchase from this event, hands down. Um, oh, oh my gosh. Jabba. Jabba, 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 Jabba. Hey, 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 hey there, Hap. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, I am still dealing with this freaking cold or whatever the hell it is that's, you know. Oh, I just if we could so I stayed up a little bit later than I normally would have last night to play some Fortnite with my brother and his kid and his son. He's got more than one kid, but my brother and his son. So then I came to bed, and literally as I was like crawling into bed, I had to kick Teddy, the dog, This okay. So I need a new mic stand. I need a new boom mic stand. This one is not working for me anymore. Um, I need one with an arm. So if anybody's got recommendations, um, hit me up with them. So I came home, or I came to bed, and was just getting settled in, and from down the hall I hear little footsteps coming from Sam's room. So he woke up at 1 in the morning, my time, 1:30 in the morning, 2, somewhere in there, um, and stayed awake. He woke up, did not go back to sleep. So he was awake from 1:30 in the morning, and normally we would have kept him home from school, but this is the second time in this very young school year that this has happened already. So we sent him off to school, but nobody has gotten any sleep, any real sleep. And that's, me, Sam, my wife, all of the above. None of us have gotten any sleep. So yeah, we're all fighting colds. We're all low on sleep. But hey, we're making it through. We're making it through. Sam will be home here in about 15 minutes. Hopefully he had a good day at school. And then the challenge is going to be keeping him awake until his normal bedtime. That's going to be the challenge going forward for the rest of the day. Is how do we keep the kid from passing out so he actually sleeps tonight? But all things considered, that's the worst of my problems today, but it's a good day. Oh, you didn't do your when you say proving rounds, you mean the Crucible? Yeah, it's weird. It trips me out that they're starting it on Sunday now. That almost freaking cost me the first week they did that, because if they put it in a forum post, I didn't catch it. Oh, actual proving grounds. Got it. Well, so like they keep doing these events, on the weekend, the Weekend Warrior thing in Marvel Strike Force, where it's like, hey, get Captain Britain's unlock materials, and it's like, do you know how many of us have Captain Britain? Do you know how many in game? Do you know how many in game like other player owned Captain Britons I've seen? I've seen one, and it was weird. Like the guy didn't have Super Scroll. He didn't have freaking um, Apocalypse, but he, by God, had him a freaking Captain Britain. And let me tell you something. That Captain Britain, absolutely makes the Illuminati a pain in the ass. If you didn't think they were a pain in the ass already, just wait till you run into one with the Captain Britain. Just wait. It's like, think about. Okay. Hopefully that clamp holds until I get a new mic stand. So now we just gotta adjust that. There we go. Everybody can see my beautiful face. Hopefully that's better. Ever since freaking Bucky headbutted the microphone the other week and knocked it off, it just hasn't been the same. Technology, yeah, a scissor arm and a clamp. The problem's my table, actually. The problem's not the mic stand, but the tables I got for my computer and my computer monitors just aren't great. Just I'll put it to you like that. They're the lip where you're supposed to clamp the holder for the boom stand or the boom arm is I can only clamp onto about a third of it, so it's not super stable. Oh, you're almost there, Hap. It's almost. I mean, it's almost worth refreshing just to get it done, but at the same time, it's a lot of crystals. That's a lot of crystals, man. All right, let's just get this done. Well, I guess you wait till it's you'll wait. It'll be free again. The next one will be free here in a month, and you'll never have to deal with it again after that. So, something to look forward to, I suppose. I'm not that patient. I'm a like, oh, I have to spend this and I can be done with it forever. Well, let's just spend that and be done with it forever. But that's kind of who I am. It's not so much an instant gratification. It's just like, can I just get this fucking torture over with? It was yeah, so 10 years ago, you click the cinematic mode on Strike Force. Like when you're in the battles and it like zooms in on the on your character's moves and stuff. Or is there so did they add a different thing that I'm not aware of? Cuz yeah, let me yeah, no, it's meant to be a feature. It's meant to be a selling point of Strike Force. But it slows the battle. It eats your clock. It absolutely eats your clock using that. Um, Even on 3x, it eats your clock. Yeah, so a story of how I'm like a literal rip the band-aid off kind of guy. Yeah, it's rough to watch. It's very rough to watch. So 10 years ago, I had to have lung surgery. Still feel the effects from it to this day, the surgery and everything else that came along with it. But I was really effed up after the surgery. Really, 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 really rough. Um, and was bedridden for a while. And in the hospital, when you're having a surgery, they give you a catheter. and it came time to remove the catheter. And hey, Allie. Thanks, babe. It came time to remove the catheter, and the nurse or you know physician's assistant, whoever was instructed to come in and remove my catheter, came in and was like giving a pep talk to me before, like, this is how it's gonna happen, this is what it's gonna be, you might feel blah blah blah. And I'm like, can you just shut up and fucking do it? Can you just get it over with, please? And she's like, okay. And they got it over with. But I'm like, you don't need to give me a pep talk about how good, bad, or indifferent something might be. Just if something needs to get done, just fucking get it done and let's move on. And you know what? It wasn't that bad. I mean, not that I would recommend it as an activity, but it wasn't that bad. Of course, I was also on epic amounts of pain medication. Um, I don't know what they were giving me, morphine, Dilaudid, but the first time they gave it to me, this is the description because I had no other words for it. Um, my grandmother, who was my last living grandparent, died when I was 14. All my grandparents died very young. Um, but my mom's mom, my grandmother, that I knew very well, I was her favorite. Her and I were very very close. And when they gave me the medicine, my pain medicine, the first time intravenously, after my surgery, I get this warm feeling at the top of my head, and it traveled all the way down. Like I could feel the warm moving through my body. And the best way I could describe it, it was like my grandma came back from heaven and was hugging, giving me a full body hug. Like that's what it felt like getting those pain medications. So that maybe eased the transition of the catheter thing. I had an infection on my left lung. Somehow I had a staph infection. Somehow they don't know the cause, but it got to the exterior of my left lung and caused what's known as an empyema, which is basically it killed a portion of my lung tissue on the exterior and was causing it to fill up. It was necrotic and causing it to fill up with infection. So I had basically a ball of dead infection on my left lung. Um, it wasn't good. I almost died. I lost like 50 pounds because I just had no appetite. Like that's how you know if someone's legitimately sick. If somebody who's normally a really steady eater, if they stop, like if their appetite goes away, there's probably, for no reason, there's probably something wrong. But I had no energy, no appetite, lost so much freaking weight. And now when I want to lose a little weight because I'm carrying more pounds than I should, and I'm in my 40s now, so that's a problem. Just ask any medical professional. Now that I need to lose weight or should lose weight, I can't. Can't fucking lose weight to save my life. It is what it is. It is what it is. All right. Well, let's keep this shit show rolling. Because the dog's gonna go crazy here in a few minutes when the kid rolls up in his van. Who am I missing? Where is he? There you are, Masky. Darth Mask. Grax, who you bringing as a tank? Honey, stop your cat from climbing the new couch. Oh man. Damn. I might need to take some medicine here soon. Or just like the cold and flu pills. Oh. The boy's home. Gotta mute it. All right, so here's the thing with Proving Grounds. This is my thing with Proving Grounds at any rate. So for a character to get to Proving Grounds, they have to be out of Conquest for 1 year, right? As of right now, that's the deal. Why do they then also have to make it torture? So you got to wait a year to get the character you missed, and then they turn it into a fucking torture fest on top of it all. Like, just fucking give us a fight, like a themed fight for the character, and call it good, you know? And it doesn't even have to be a themed fight necessarily. Just, let us unlock the damn thing. Especially if you're going to then turn around and be like, if you want more shards, it's going to cost you 2,000 crystals, which is $20 American cash money. Yeah, I mean, you're already behind if you're having to do Proving Grounds. That's a fact. You're already behind. And then they're going to punish you for being behind, and that actually I think is why they do what they do, because I think they feel like it'll drive people to buy the conquest passes, to wail on the characters, to do all sorts of other stuff, so you don't have to. I think they make Proving Grounds such a pain in the ass to make people not want to do Proving Grounds. That's my opinion. Is they eventually one day would like Proving Grounds to go away. And the best way to do that is to make it such a pain in the ass that players just start wailing the fuck out of Conquest just to get it done. So they don't have to deal with it. That's my theory. I have nothing to base it on, just opinions, but like there's zero legitimate reason in my mind for Proving Grounds to be the way it is. Because I remember having long conversations in my old guild when I was still having to do Proving Grounds as to like, what did you guys do? How did this go? This is like what's going on in the chat right now. You've already waited a year for the character, and now you got to do research, and you got to poll, and you got to quit. You know, like just let me win the fucking battle. Yeah, it's just my theory. Is they eventually would like Proving Grounds to not be a thing, and I think when they see a certain amount of wailing on Conquest to where more and more people are getting those characters day one, I think Proving Grounds will go away and they'll start doing something different to help people catch up. Because in reality, in my opinion, what they should be doing to help people catch up with Conquest is they should, like with the ships, you know what I mean, with the capital ships, there should be like a rotation where once a week or whatever, a couple of characters are put into an event, and you can play it as many times as you want if you feel like dropping crystals, blah blah, etc. That's what I think they should do with Conquest characters. They should get rid of Proving Grounds and go that route. And still, they're selling the shards in the shops and the whole nine. So I mean, it's not like there aren't already multiple. It's not like there's not already multiple paths to the same thing. All right, so my kid who slept for like 3 hours got double smiley faces at school today. Yay, we're so proud of him. Apparently, the lack of sleep, he just pushed through to the other side and was fine. Kid amazes me. He's something else, let me tell you. He is definitely something else. So anyway, that's been my lecture on how they can make Conquest better. Get rid of Proving Grounds. Give another way. Like even, okay, so cut it to, say 3 months. Then start adding the characters in. Get a rotation, I mean, we get it. You don't have to punish people so severe. What if you're a new player and you're getting punished for not... Yeah, dude, Hap, you missed it. We did a full thing on the kit at the start. Hang on a second. Yeah, we did a whole probably 20-minute discussion, and we know it's pronounced Shin Hati, but we just started calling her. Well, I just started calling her. No one objected. Shin Hati. She just Shin Hati. She looks cool. I'm very excited. Very, very excited to see how she plays. I'm very curious if they're gonna give us, like, for the event for her marquee, if they're gonna give us like a Balin, or what mercenaries they're gonna toss our way. But yeah, we did the kit reveal. It's pretty cool. I like her animations. I like her character design. Like, it all looks excellent. It's very exciting stuff. I do. I was a of giant fan of Ahsoka, and of her, but more Balin. Balin to me was absolutely stole the show, um, and it's not even close. Yeah, so Shin this week, and then I think we will get Marok the week after, or maybe they'll give us an Ahsoka requirement first, and then they'll do Marok. But I think we're going to be doing the Balin event in October. That's my guess. And then we should have GL Ahsoka sometime around America's Thanksgiving. I don't know, maybe, but they've done two Balin requirements in a row now at this point. So I would just like them to actually just tell us the fucking requirements for Ahsoka at this point. Like, just just give us all of them, please, for the love of God. Just tell us what they are. Let us have them, so we know what to do with the other characters that aren't marquees. Like, the secrecy is not necessary. Well, so if they do that, I mean, the question is going to be: is it going to be Sabine, or is it going to be Master Hu Yang? That's the question. Yeah, what a redemption arc Trey has had in the game, huh? She went from being like, oh, she's a great counter for Geonosians, to now she's like, she's a great counter for this and this and this and this and this. Absolute redemption arc. Just a little kit rework and an Omicron, and all of a sudden she's a top tier character. Malik, he's Malik to me is one of those characters that it's just like, how do you prioritize him? And then I run into him on the other side in Grand Arena or Territory War, and I'm like, oh god, I got to deal with a freaking Malik. Because he's just one of those characters that can in one move completely reverse the tide of a fight. The wrong person crits him, he gets a drain on the wrong person. I mean, just any little thing can just completely screw it up for you. All right, what are we doing here? We will do Executor, I believe. Well, we all know. Oh yeah, Boba. Yeah, Boba shouldn't be horrible. Ugh. I wish I understood why Lando's Millennium Falcon is the required unit for this particular mission. Like, I just want them to make it make sense. That's all. All right. And now we get to one of my favorite parts of TB. On a daily basis, we get to go on a little vacation. And that little vacation is brought to you courtesy of Jabba the Hutt and his Hutt cartel as we load up his team and we put it on full auto and we sit back and we enjoy. And we see how many rankers he calls in. Dodge, parry, feint. Dodge, parry, feint. SOKR, yeah, the event's a pain in the ass, but I will tell you the end result is worth it 100%. To me, SOKR is going to say probably the GL that has held up the best over the course of the game, in my opinion. I think he's held up really, really well. He's still insanely useful. He's still a go-to counter for a lot of the newer GLs, which that should say a lot to you. The fact that hey, let's bring him out to kill Jabba. Let's bring him out to kill Leia. Let's bring him out to, that's impressive. So definitely worth it in the long run to get him unlocked. You won't be unhappy that you have him. At least I hope not. But yeah, his event is just like, what the dodge, parry, feint. Dodge, parry, feint. I don't even know who they would give him as a lifter, to be honest. Everybody says Snoke. Okay, well, what's Snoke going to bring to the table? Yeah, like the biggest issue I think that he has is, he has some healing, from the siphon and all that, but he doesn't his the first order doesn't really have a healer unit. So like, okay, could you bring in a conquest unit Snoke to be the healer and the dispeller of debuffs on the team? Like maybe. Oh yeah, Snoke makes sense. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to seeing Snoke. I actually didn't mind Snoke as a character. I mean, maybe it helped that Andy Serkis voiced him. Um, and I could listen to that guy read the fucking phone book with his voices and everything else that he does. So yeah. I don't know. I don't know what role he would fill. Um, I mean, maybe like feed him more ultimate charge, like Bane is supposed to do for C, but Bane just turned out to be way better on his own. Um, maybe give him, maybe add a thing where he stays in his ultimate for an extra turn, at full charge. Instead of getting 3 turns, he gets 4 or something like that. No. An ultimate pusher, something to charge his ultimate faster. The way, Bane is supposed to do for C if he wasn't, better on his own. Yeah, you heard me wrong. Yeah. Or to extend the duration of the ultimate. Yeah. No. Turn meter bad. Turn meter very bad. Um, But yeah, I mean, you can't really point to a glaring flaw in his kit where it's just like they need to fix that. That's the thing with SOKR is you can point to a lot of character like even Rey before she got Ben. Could you point to a really super big glaring flaw in her kit? But they were like, nah, she needs a lifter, one that prevents insta kill and one that you have to kill before you can it, out of all the GLs in the game, Rey absolutely didn't need a lifter, and she got one. Or maybe, okay, let's be diplomatic about it. Give her a lifter, help keep her relevant, but does it need to make her even more annoying to kill than she already is? Meanwhile, SLKR will just solo an entire C team because he can't link. That is a massive, just unacceptable flaw to me in his kit. The fact that if there's only one enemy, he's never going to get ultimate charge. He can never use link. He has to depend on his basic and his mass attack, which I hate to break it to you, they ain't good. They ain't good abilities. What's going on? Oh, now you're trying to bring me pills. Thank you. I got medication. I'm going to be okay. All right, so back in the day, that would be cool. That would be cool. And also give Snoke some damage. You know what I'm saying? Like he was insanely powerful. So back in the day, I would bring no. Back in the day, I would bring bounty hunters here, but more and more of my bounty hunters get pulled to platoons. So Now roll the zombie bros. I enjoy playing the bounty hunter faction. I even and like here, Cyan Django actually did work under, especially under a boss lead. He would do some freaking work on this node. Um, but yeah, I don't get to. The rest of my bounty hunters are scattered across the platoons doing their thing. So without the full team, it was becoming harder, and I don't really enjoy dropping waves on day one of TB. And I've got this fun, shiny, beautiful new toy, and who doesn't want to play with their new toy? Now we got a zombie scout trooper. Oh, we're getting all sorts of zombie tanks now. Yeah, I don't want to go so far as to say they need to completely change the mod system, but they need to do something to where it's not a full-time job managing your mods. Um, I know it's part of the game, and it's one of the big things in the game that kind of separates players' skill levels and things like that, and how to set teams apart. But managing them is just a gigantic pain in the ass, and I wish there was a different way. I wish there was a better way. So, but here's the other thing. I can't think of a way, like sitting here brainstorming and thinking about it in the silence for a second. I can't think of a way to where that would make sense for them to be able to fix the mod system. Like, I can't think of a good way. The the like the way Marvel Strike Force does it, their mods are more or less the ISO 8, but not really. Um, and they're just baked in, and you just have to level them up. But then you have a game full of everybody's characters are identical, and then it becomes more about RNG than it does about anything else. So, not necessarily the best system. Um, for giving players a way to set themselves apart from the other. Like, what's going to make with all other things being equal, what's going to make the difference in a fight? The answer is the mods. Um, or the Datacron, I guess, maybe even. But, I mean, the first answer should be mods. So yeah, there's just no real good or easy answer, and it's just so how does it just become easier? First of all, it needs to be free. That's my first change is mod removal and mod movement would needs to be completely free. You know, let's just go ahead and throw this shit in there too. And okay, if you don't want to make it free, fine. Make it cheaper. Make it much cheaper than it currently is. Because right now, there are accounts who struggle with credits because hot utils and because they only have so many good mods. They're constantly having to remod everything to get stuff done. Like toss them a bone. Make it cheaper. Or free. I tend to lean towards free. As as much of a core component of the gameplay as it is, it should definitely not be as expensive as it is. It should definitely be cheaper. Well, and it's the same with data disks. Like in Conquest, charging you energy to move data disks, either make it free or use the Conquest currency and you know whatever. But energy, well, this fight feels like it is taking forever. Like it's literally healing for more than I'm damaging it, and that should not even be a thing. Well, there we go. We got it done. Okay. Sorry, Sam just came running through the living room with his bowl and a spoon, and I'm wondering what he was eating that he now needs refilled so badly that he took the bowl to my dear wife. What's happening? Well, no, I watched him do that, but why did he bring you the bowl? You don't know? Okay. All right. He just randomly brought her the bowl. I haven't tried it in a while, but this used to be bugged to where you can't use his ultimate in the first round, or it'll glitch. I wonder if they ever fixed that or if that's still the case. Nice job, Sopper. That's a big deal, dude. That is a much bigger deal than I think people would remember. Geo is a freaking grind, man. Just an absolute monster of a thing. Oh god, I'm having freaking flashbacks. Oh, oh, oh. My one of my least favorite things in the game was that mission. Yeah, Dooku was pretty solid. And of course, you've got some pretty good relic levels on him now. So that probably helped, but yeah. God, what a shit show that mission could be. Just an absolute shit show. Yep. Yet another freaking flashback I'm having. Dude, I tell you what, I like the new TB style. I like, you know, like we're playing Hoth on my new account, right? And 6 waves per fight. I mean, takes forever. This 2 wave thing is pretty freaking nice. Yeah, it should be. I mean, it should feel much better. I mean, I have amazing fleets across the board, but even from time to time, RNG will just rear its ugly head and be like, nope, you're not winning this one today, bud. Sorry. You're shit out of luck. Better luck in 2 weeks. Try again. Try again. Well, yeah, okay. Fair enough. Fair, Narabos. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. But yeah, especially tomorrow. Especially tomorrow on Braca. All those Imperial. Well, actually, it's on Lothal too. Lots and lots of Imperials with endless ranks slapped on them. But hey, at least we don't run into any steadfast retribution in this. You know what I'm saying? I mean, then of course you get into the neutral where you start getting the freaking confused mechanics later on, and just like, come on, just stop, just stop, and don't even get me started on the Haven Medical Center. Don't even get me started. All right, so I'm gonna use JMK here with the other boys to take on Anakin and Sidious. Let's see. I think I busted out Gungans one time. I think it was last TB. I busted out Gungans, and it worked, but just it felt like it took an hour. Um, so I'm probably gonna skip the Gungans. But what I will do What I will do today is Rolo lead. And who do we want? Let's go ahead and give him Sexy Rexy. I remember one of our big hangups back in the day for platoons was things like Imperial Shuttle. There's just no fast farm for ships. There's just zero fast farm for a ship. Unless you see a bunch of shards in the shop, you have the crystals and all that jazz. But yeah, there's just they were like, come on, we need all the Imperial shuttles we can, guys. Come on, what's taking so like? It's like, dude, it's a ship. It's a ship, bro. Like, you understand how that works, right? Yep. Grax is 100% correct. I mean, it's the exact reason why I bailed on my new character's first guild. Raid ticket requirements were 300 when I started. I would consistently get 6. There was one day I was so busy I couldn't get on, and one of the guild leadership just kept on me about it, and I'm like, homie, I told you what happened. I told you and that I get 600 almost every other day. I apologized. That needs to be enough. My apology needs to be good enough, and that I'll try for it to never happen again, and blah, blah, blah. And we're talking, this is a 70 million starter guild. Like, we're not talking about, they're not competitive with anything. And he just wouldn't let it go. And literally in the middle of a fucking territory war, I was like, all right, fuck you, I'm out. Like, it's not worth it. And on top of it all, this is clearly a bad officer. And if there's one thing I will not put up with in my life, it's bad officers in a guild. Officers who are just about themselves and the power and think that because they have an officer role in a fucking Discord and in a guild that they're hot shit. I ain't got no time for that. No fucking time for that. If in my 565 million guild, which this account is in, we are very competitive. We are, I think we're top 50 for Naboo. I don't know where we're at for territory war and all that shit, but I mean we're up there. We're up there. Do you know what happens if you miss your tickets? You get a ping on Discord saying you missed your tickets, and then you know what happens? One or more of the officers will make fun of you for a minute. That's it. One of the officers will make fun of you, and you just say, hey, this is what happened, I'm sorry, and they let it go. And this guy in a 70 million GP guild wouldn't let it go. So I'm like, all right, fuck you, I'm gone. Like, I ain't got time for that shit. Nobody should have time for that shit. Raid tickets are important, yes, but they should not be the wedge that drives a guild apart. Right, if it's a consistent thing. A first offense shouldn't even be that big of a deal, to be honest with you. It just shouldn't be. Like causing contention among your guild for raid tickets, not that big of a deal. Anyway, let's get back to the fun. This is my biggest issue with this team. They have on teams that can get taunt back up pretty quick. They have a hard time getting around taunt. At least in this, at least in TB, getting around taunt can be an issue. And their damage is kind of an issue. Well, not there. Right there, the damage was amazing. About to say, he'll get past that protection here in a second. Good lord, nice revive chain there, boys. There we go. The damage, just up and down. And also it felt like Padawan Obi-Wan was just not getting turns. Oh, BB-8. Oh, he is a required unit, isn't he? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right, guys, come on. We need that last stack of democracy here. There it is. Yeah, Vader has a lot of uses, man. Yeah, I mean, obviously, getting the 30 dot thing usually isn't that hard, but he makes it an absolute joke. Nice. Okay. Trying to think. I think you can use Lord Vader on the Endor and the Yavin assault battles. I think, and places of power probably as well. I don't know how easy. Like I did those like places of power. I 3-starred with Palpatine a long time ago, so like I never had the chance. And I just sim it now. I really should go in one of these times just to play it manually. Play some of these manually just to give them a try. Okay, let's see what we can do for platoons. Nothing here. And let's take a look at you. Hold on. I didn't have Boba assigned anywhere. That seems off to me. Normally he's every single. Come on, Hotbot. What you got? What you got? All right. Well, he wasn't assigned, but I might as well place him. And CLS. And Babu. Okay, well, where do they want us to deploy? Evenly? Deploy to 210. Deploy to 2. Well, I'll deploy here to the middle because this is the one I did the least amount of battles on. So we'll just go ahead and drop it here. Oh, so close to that watt, buddy. So close. All right. All right. Well, you ready to go have some fun? We're gonna take a quick trip to Hoth to end out the stream. We will bring up the other account and see what's what. And then if you joined late and you didn't get to see the Shin reveal, I'll pull that up again for a minute at the end. And then, if anybody has discussion, we can go ahead and chit chat about it. But Hoth will take me, if it's not already done. In fact, I'm going to be shocked if the first wave on Hoth isn't done already. Look at those sweet conquest rewards. 238 cards on easy gets you all of this, which I mean is almost, I think, more than I deserve, to be honest with you. Ooh, I do get to play a little bit here. All right, what's required? 2 stars. Is there any specific? What's here? Darth Vader. All right, let's earn some. Let's earn some get one for the boys, huh? Yeah, I'm gonna kick you out. I'm gonna kick all these good guys out. Let's just go ahead and let's just take whatever. That should be great. Well, no, let's hold on to Snow Trooper. There we go. That should be amazing. That should be. That's the best. That is about the best as you're ever gonna get. Empire lineup wise, this is peak. This is what peak performance looks like. You might not like it, but do you see that elite damage from IPD? Elite damage there. 6,000. What an odd choice for her revive. Chopper of all people. And by people, I mean of all droids. Characters, whatever. You see, and I'm locked out of Proving Grounds completely. I wish they would make it to where I could play it, but just not get rewards. You know what I'm saying? Like I would like to see some of these battles that I'm locked out from, or even don't give me shards. Give me credits. Give me mods. Give me something. But like, just let me play it. Most of all, and especially, just let me fucking play it because it's pretty nuts that it's a selling point for the Conquest Plus pass, and you don't get to touch it if you're 7-star and everything, which I guess is a fine problem to have. Sure, whatever. But like, come on, let me play it. Let me see some of these fights. Because I have no idea how the Terran battle is supposed to go. Like, I couldn't even tell you. Gun to my head, couldn't tell you shit. Legit traditional GAC UFU battle? Well, fuck that noise. If that's the case, then I should get to bring the legit GAC cheese, which is Padme, Moff Gideon, Shakti, GMY. All supports. Well, I mean, okay, you got that going for you too, but that's beautiful, buddy. That's beautiful. All right, 45 minutes till Marvel Strike Force reset. And maybe the addition of Odin. Okay, we're almost done with this. Like I said, I'm surprised it wasn't 3-starred. All right, Wampa, we're just gonna give you whoever. You carry this, buddy. That's our Wampa. That's our girl. Wampa carry. Hell yeah. It's a shame you can't just throw Wampa solo, but what are you going to do? All right. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and deploy here. All right. We're still sitting good for Fleet Arena. Nobody's being a dick today. That's always excellent. Oh, hold on. Let's see. Let's see what I can do here. I don't think I have much in the way of Rebel fighters. I mean, and without Saw, I don't really have a leader. Mon Mothma's not. She's a rebel, but she's not a rebel fighter, so she's out of the question. Let's just do the other shit. F it, yo. That should be the turn meter done with. It would not shock me much. We are just about 2 months away from the anniversary of the game. It would not surprise me at all to see some insane Lightspeed bundles. Okay, well looks like we're gonna have to bump it up a tier to try to get the dots. I'm pretty sure we're going to see all. If they don't bring back every bundle that they've done on the anniversary, then first of all they hate us, and second of all they're really missing out on an opportunity. That should be the bare minimum of what you're doing on the anniversary of the game. Is hey, all these Lightspeed bundles will be available for 2 days, or even if they just did, had a couple of them one day and a couple of them, just put them all out again. Well, yeah, but if they liked money that much, they would just have them in the game all the time. They don't have them in the game all the time, which to me is an absolute mystery that they're not sitting, even if it's a web store exclusive, sitting somewhere where they're easily accessible on demand. They would make an absolute fortune off of new players. If all those Lightspeed bundles were just sitting in the store and you were wanting to jumpstart your game, you telling me I can go in there and I can more or less have SLKR and Ray almost immediately after I started playing? Like, find me the downside. There's not one. There's not one. Other than the people like, but I had to grind for it. I had to do all sorts of stuff and you're just giving it away. Yeah, we're just giving it away for $10. Deal with it. You ever bought a TV and then gone back 6 months later and it's, 75% of the price that you paid for it? It's exactly like that. Just deal with it. All right, well, maybe we'll find a node where we can get this other shit to stick. Oh, maybe not. Okay, we might be done. We might be done. We might be done. Well, I mean, if people think CG likes money, yeah, yeah, EA, they love money. Money is their language. Money is their family. They like money. They like money. Everybody likes money. Money's a good thing. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, if they don't bring them all back on the anniversary plus a bunch of new ones, they're idiots. They're absolute idiots. Absolute idiots. Like they should do an Afro bundle. They could do I don't think they would do a Gungan bundle yet. That would be too soon for them, but they could do a Bo-Katan one. I think they could probably justify a Bo-Katan or a Jedi Knight Cal would be reasonable ones. Sith Eternal JML bundles wouldn't be out of the question. Yeah, yeah, no, for sure. This account, if all of those bundles were in the game, this account would be loaded down with them. Absolutely loaded down. I would have bought every single one except for Starkiller. Wasn't he like $50? That's not that bad of a farm. Like the Starkiller one at $50, not that good of a deal. That's not that bad of a farm. Um, yeah, Ewok, and yeah, dude. Okay. So like they have, if the Ewok bundle were sitting right here, right now. Oh look, Ewok bundle. Oh look, I'm gonna go and unlock C-3PO, which means I can start working on Jedi Knight Luke, which I need for Jabba, and like the tiles would just start tumbling, the dominoes would fall. But yeah, for whatever reason, they don't want to do that. All right, so real quick before we go, we will one more time take a peek at the Shin Hati kit reveal. Yeah, DTMG does not like to die. Not even a little bit. I'm not going to reread all of it again. Like, I literally read this word for word when we covered it the first time. Oh, there's a storm coming in. It got dark in my living room all of a sudden. Super dark. But more or less, so introduces Soldier of Fortune effect for the mercenary faction. And again, there's a whole list of characters that are going to be given the mercenary tag. So they, talk about the inspiration for some of her stuff. Critical chance and avoid Shin getting critically hit. So I'm speculating a critical avoidance arrow is going to be pretty important for her kit. Which, can be complicated, especially if you want to get a little bit of speed. But she does get like 150 speed for one turn on a certain ability. She is required for Balin at Relic 7. She's not required for Ahsoka. She's got a Territory War Omicron. She can reset light side enemies' cooldowns to the max, which is very, very interesting. She's got, a massive amount of abilities and uniques. A preloaded Rex, C-Rex, and 5s is that's one of my nightmare fuels. This is absolutely just giving me terror right into my heart. That is, good God. So yeah, looks like Soldier of Fortune is going to be kind of cool. It's going to alter her abilities, and I think it's going to give other mercenaries bonuses. I don't think they're not going to rework 20 characters kits to where Soldier of Fortune will give them their own unique abilities. It'll just kind of enhance them. And then the unique mercenaries that they're building will probably have their own, like if Shin has blah, blah, blah stacks, a Soldier of Fortune, we'll probably see some of that synergy, at least between Balin and Merrick at the very least. but the kit looks cool. I like that they got the orange lightsaber dialed in, which they said has a meaning, and they never told us in the show what the meaning was. Very curious. I wish they would have, maybe in the next season, because unlike other shows, it's getting a second season. I'm not giving up hope for a second season of Obi-Wan. We know Andor's getting a second season. I would like to see another season of Obi-Wan. Like, I think he deserves a story, a more Luke-centric story. Since they did a Leia-centric story, give us a Luke-centric story. Especially with him getting his Hollywood Walk of Fame star. Like, give him another season. Give another season. But it's a cool kit. I think this is going to do some interesting things. I'm going to be curious how much tuning they're going to need to do or want to do after it's released, because some of the abilities do seem fairly powerful, but they're not. They don't seem to really be into nerfing characters these days. It's usually Datacrons or something. But yes, Royal Guard deserves his Zeta. The Crayon deserves his Zeta, 100%. But anyway, you can find this on the forums. It's there, and then there's going to be a link if you're curious about the other mercenaries. There's a link right here. You click on that'll take you to where they talk about the mercenary thing. And honestly, the thing that kind of struck me the most is Shin is coming out on Wednesday the 18th. It is the 16th today. Tomorrow is the 17th, Wednesday. So they're not doing a Thursday release. They're doing a Wednesday release. I don't know what the reason for that is, but I'll take it. I suspect it might have something to do with GAC, but I'm not sure. Not sure at all. Yes, that the Royal Guard Zeta 100% is I'm not going to go so far as to say it's required, but it definitely is transformative. Um, I'm never going to tell people what's required or not. Like, if you're going for a certain effect, I'll say, hey, you need this to have that effect work. Then yes, that means it's required. But I don't feel like it's my responsibility to pressure people into spending Zetas or Omicrons or anything like that. It's just gonna be like, this is what you get from it, and this is what you're missing without it. Choice is yours. I don't want to pressure you into spending your materials, and then you blame me for what you perceive as wasting them. Not going to be that guy. But there are just some Zetas in the game and some Omicrons and other things that are transformative to teams, and that's one of them. That's absolutely one of them. So, well, there you go. We're going to end the way we started, kind of showing off Shin. Definitely go check it out. Definitely dive into her. I can't wait to get my hands on her here in a few days. And play around. I really am looking forward to playing around with her in a team of mercenaries. Of course, I don't think we have a mercenary leader. Does she have a leader tag? She does not have a leader tag. She's an attacker. So Baylan, I think, is going to be the only character that gets a mercenary lead, at least for the time being. Actually, did they address that in the post? Now my gears are cranking. Here's the mercenary one. Who did we make a mercenary? Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Bounty hunters can be mercenary, but not all mercenaries are bounty hunters. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, yeah. Only a mercenary leader can have the ability to give stacks of soldier of fortune to all other mercenaries on their squad. Initially, this is only Baylan's goal. So we will see more mercenary leaders in the future. That's what I was curious about. So she really isn't going to have a home, a viable one, until Baylan. Without a mercenary leader to spread the soldier of fortune, I think she'll be fine. But yeah, this is telling me that Baylan's coming sooner than later. Like I said, I'm predicting before Halloween. I think we'll get him. Oh yeah, no, dude. I think it's required too. I'm just never gonna tell somebody that they need to have it. You know what I'm saying? like there's a different, like I can offer my opinion. I think it's 100. If you want Lord Vader to be successful, you need that Zeta on Royal Guard. If you're not going to have it and you want to run Royal Guard with him, you're going to notice an absolute drop in performance and survivability. It's very important. So yeah, she's got the Ufu tag, so I wonder if she'll have a spot, maybe just throw in with Seer for a little while. You could kick like one of the Rays off the team or whatever. Just she'd have a home. She would have a home. She'd have a home with them for the time being, and I think that's probably a reasonable use for her. And then, based on another thing we saw in her kit, it would appear that Marok is going to be getting the Inquisitor tag because they have call-outs about Blight in her kit. So as a bonus, we're getting another Inquisitor, which is pretty cool. Which makes me wonder if they're going to do more, because we already have a couple that are sidelined. They could end up filling out a couple of teams of Inquisitors. If we got one more Inquisitor lead, I don't know who that would be. I wouldn't want to break up the current kind of meta Inquisitor team for anything. They just synergize so well together, but get another Inquisitor or two. Get us a solid leader. Could be a good time. But speaking of good times, I've definitely had one. Glad this came out when it did. They've been inconsistent. Sometimes it's 2, sometimes it's 5 my time, and today it was 2, so that worked out perfectly. But I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go give Sam a hug since I haven't given him a hug yet today. And get ready for dinner with my family and see what new adventures await us in Marvel Strike Force when the reset hits. But appreciate everybody being here. 25 viewers at one time between all the different places is pretty impressive for me. It's not very often I get a number that high. So yeah, I really appreciate you guys being here and showing up. We'll do territory battle stuff tomorrow, and then Wednesday will be TB and Shin, I guess. And then Thursday we'll be back into the GAC grind, along with TB and everything else. And then, and we'll just keep it going. And yeah, we'll see what else they throw our way. There's always something to do, whether big or small. But I just realized I had a complete thought that I meant to text my brother, and I texted him literally half the thought. I texted him the beginning, I didn't text him the end, and now I just had to correct that. It sucks getting old, people, and it sucks getting old when you don't get enough sleep like none of us did last night. So yeah, you guys have a good time. Again, dig into the Shin stuff and dig into the Mercenary if you haven't done it already. It's interesting. It's going to be a neat direction that they're taking the game. That's the fantastic thing about Galaxy Heroes. They have a lot of areas and a lot of room to expand into things and try different things out. So definitely worth reading and getting familiar. Even if you're not going for her right away, like understanding how characters' kits work is a big thing in this game. It can be the difference between winning a GAC and losing a GAC. So definitely dive into it, and then we'll be back to test her out. I don't know what team I'll throw her into. Like I said, I'll probably try putting her with Seer. Not in GAC. It sucks with 3v3 in GAC because it's just very hard. It's very hard to test stuff. And no Conquest means we can't even throw around like a Conquest node and see some of her. Just see what her base damage without all the other extra stuff going on feels like. But we'll get around to it. You guys have a good night. Hope everything is going well for you. Good luck with your TBs. Day 1 of TB always kind of sets the tone, so make sure you set the tone. Help out your guild. And yeah, we'll be back tomorrow afternoon. And then yeah, Wednesday. I'm excited for Wednesday. I'm hoping that September 18th isn't a typo. I'm hoping that isn't a typo. I hope it actually is Wednesday because that's a nice midweek surprise while we're in a little bit of GAC downtime. All right, cool. Well, we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Go have fun. Go have a good time. Uh, Batman, I don't know if you're lurking, buddy, or not, but just remember what I said to you at the start. If you need anything, I'm here, okay? And I mean that with all my heart. I'm 100% sincere. If you need me, if you need to talk, if you need anything you can think of at all that you think I can help you with, please reach out. Please reach out. So I hope you're still here to hear that. And yeah, Graxy, Sopper, Hap, Narabos, you guys are the best. Appreciate you guys being here every single freaking stream. And yeah, until tomorrow, guys, take care, have fun, and we'll see you later. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, follow if you liked what you see. Helps me out a lot. And my, I don't know if you saw this morning, I was talking about the puppy we were looking at, the corgi puppy. My wife said if we hit 200 followers, we can go pick him up. So help me get a puppy, because he's like this big. He'll just be sitting right here. I'll hold him while I'm streaming. He's cute as shit. Cute as shit. Way cuter than my other dog. Probably smarter too. Hi, Teddy. Teddy, you don't need another dog. You guys don't need her. Yes, we do. He's cute. He's a little corgi pup. Anyways, guys, take it easy. We'll catch you tomorrow. Bye-bye now.